Howdy, y'all. Welcome to my little homemaking corner over here. My name is Sandra Waldrop. You're watching Kingdom Acres. This is my segment this morning on Craft Around the Clock. There are so many amazing people in Craft Around the Clock. If you're not in that group, please, after this live, head on over there and head on over there and see about joining. I've got a crash bang boom happening in my kitchen currently. Emma! I'm thinking that my cat has jumped up on my counter in my kitchen. There's a crash bang boom happening.
Oh my gosh.
I think we have a mouse, okay? We have a mouse. Good morning, Miss Natalie. Good morning. We have a mouse in my kitchen, and I let the cat in this morning. She caught it. Oh, good. And so just now I heard a crash bang boom, and I was hoping that that's what would happen because I'd mentioned, I don't know, maybe like a month ago or so that we had caught a mouse in one of those sticky traps and how I couldn't bear to like do anything with it. Good morning, Miss Tracy. And so good morning. Oh, thanks, Natalie. Oh, glittery pink Madonna. I didn't know that that was a group. Okay, I'm gonna have to join that group. Anyways, I had shared that I had caught a mouse in a sticky trap about a month ago, maybe a couple months ago. Anyways, before I could get to it, muster up some courage to do something with it, it like worked its way off of the sticky trap. So it's just been living its best life off of our crumbs behind my stove, I think. I don't know. Anyways, so the cat just caught it. Woohoo! It just helps in my life. It's the circle of life. Okay. Anyways, so this morning, to crafting. This morning, I'm making another one of my Christmas tins. So I've already made our little snickerdoodle tin with a little family of mice. Isn't that ironic? Okay. And then I've made our little vintagey one with the quilts in there. We've done that one. And this morning we are going to make a hot cocoa tin. Good morning, Miss Irma. So I'm very excited about this one because I just don't know, like I'm kind of going through a season right now. You know, when you get kind of like crafters ADHD and you're like, who am I? What is my style? And so I've been playing a lot with like more Victorian type stuff. I made this little ornament, I don't know, last week sometime, and it turned out more gothic, okay, than I would prefer. But I was like, I really love bougie, okay. One of my usernames on one of the apps that I use is bougie hippie, okay, because that just kind of, it's a great description of me, right? So anyways, I haven't quite decided how exactly we're going with that, but I did make some sweet little vintagey type labels in different sizes because I'm not sure what we want to do, like as far as things on the tin, you know, like maybe borders. I don't know. We're going to see. Anyways, so, but we're going to start out with getting this covered in some acrylic paint. I don't have brown chalk paint. All I have is the brown antiquing wax. And that's not going to do what I need it to do. So I'm just going to use the acrylic paint and hope for the best with this. So I'm just getting it covered. Okay, good morning, Miss Jackie. Aw. Good morning, Lori. All my sweet friends are coming in early this morning. Y'all, I have been up since 4 o'clock this morning. And I had I had a really long day yesterday, and I did not want to get up at 4 o'clock this morning. But I've been taking my husband to meet his coworker to go to work. So I have to be up early for that. And then if I go back to sleep after that, I'm no good to anybody for the rest of the day. So I'm just staying up. And yesterday we had all the crazy co-op shenanigans, Christmas parties, tin whistle performance for our little elementary students. It was the cutest things. Their little fingers are so short and their hands are like tiny and chubby, and you know, they're just tiny people, and they're trying to hold on to their tin whistles and get like the little holes correct on their tin whistle while they're trying to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And I gotta tell you, it was just so stinking adorable watching them do that. Okay. Alright, I've got a single layer on here. It's kind of bubbly right now. It's going to be okay though. I don't mind texture. Good morning, Miss Tamra. Up at that time every day, Miss Irma? Why? For the love of monkeys, why would you do that? I'm not a fan of 4 o'clock. I'm not. We did all of our co-op shenanigans yesterday, and then after that, we had our ladies' Christmas party for the church. So we went from cleaning the church from co-op right into helping decorate for the Christmas party for the ladies. Really, Miss Lori? It's your automatic alarm clock, 5 o'clock. You're up at 4 every day. Oh, thank you so much. Miss Cassandra, Willow Heart Prims. That's Erin, yes. Okay. On Monday, I didn't have anything going on, and I slept till 8 o'clock. And my husband called me, and he was like, what are you doing? How are you still asleep? I was like, listen, okay, sometimes you just need to catch up. My normal alarm clock, like my internal alarm clock, is about 7. 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock, I'm up. Typically. Good morning, Miss Diane. And so anyways, it's been a rough getting up at 4, but I love having my husband home. If I had to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I would. Just so he could be home every night. Being here with me, listening to all my complaining. But it was a good time yesterday. I ate way too much. Delicious things, sweet things, all of the gluten. My body hurts today, probably from the gluten. Does anybody else struggle with gluten? I am not. Went to bed at 5 p.m. on Monday night and slept all night till 7. Holy cookies. Yeah, sometimes you just need to play catch up. Hello, Miss Tina. Oh, you're not a morning person at all? If I have a reason to get up, I can do it. But at some point, my body is like, okay, we need to catch up on a little bit of sleep. So that's what I did Monday. Oh my goodness. Caffeine revived my soul. Did she have it or did she lose it? So she has the mouse or no? Oh my gosh. Okay, so update on the mouse situation. The cat actually had the mouse and the cord to my mixer in her mouth at the same time. And so my daughter tried to help her, and so now she does not know if the cat actually got the mouse. I really hope she did. I can't keep living like this. You know, having a mouse in the house, it adds so much work to your plate, because just knowing I have a mouse in my house, before I use any dish, before I touch any surface, it has to be sanitized. I just can't stand the thought of having a mouse running around in my kitchen, and, you know, eating food that's been prepared on these surfaces and doing all that stuff. Everything has to be sanitized all the time. So my hands are dried out from all of the dish soap and cleansers and everything else. And so I'm going through lotion like crazy, but even still, even with the lotion, my skin just doesn't like to be constantly with all that stuff. You may have caught up on sleep last night. Good morning, Mary, Glenda. How are y'all? You got a 3-year-old and a 3-month-old. Girl, you ain't sleeping. You ain't sleeping for another 10 years, okay? This is your life now. Godspeed. I only know that because my youngest is 10. My oldest is 20. And it took a good while before everybody was sleeping through the night. And we have several bathrooms in my house. We've got, well, it's 2.5 baths, right? And still, people will come into my bathroom, to my bedroom to use my bathroom throughout the night. They will walk past the other bathroom to come to my bathroom. Why? I just want to sleep. I just want to sleep. These kids don't care. Kids don't care if you sleep. Rotten. They're like, I just want you. I'm like, yes, I want you too. I don't want them to think that I don't want to see them in the middle of the night, but what I really want to see is the back of my eyelids. You know? So. It's a hard game we play here. Hard game over here. Alright, I've got 2 layers of that brown acrylic paint on there. I'm kind of liking the tin showing through just a bit. It makes it look really rusty. I've got a little glob right there. I can dab or just dry. Doesn't matter. So I'm thinking here. My goodness gracious. So the morning after you eat horrible all day long. Facts. My kids know I don't want to see them if the sun ain't up. Yet they still sneak in. Yes, Ethan likes that attention, doesn't he? He's a people person. He likes to see the people. So anyways, where was I going with that? Oh, this. I was talking about this. the craft. I'm liking how it's looking rusty. I'm liking the rusty look. See, I told you I didn't know how we were going to go with it. Sometimes these crafts have to just kind of tell you what they want to be. 4-year-old grandson. Uh-oh, it went away. Why did it do that? Facebook stole your comment. It went away. So I have 3 girls and a boy. I have a 20-year-old son, a 19-year-old daughter, a 15-year-old daughter, and then a 10-year-old daughter. And I think I'm going to leave it how it is like this. And so I've been awake for the past 20 years. Just up all night long for the past 20 years. Got all these different sizes. So here is the label. Let me show you. I know it's backwards. It says holiday hot chocolate, finest cocoa for winter gatherings since 1930, limited Christmas edition, warm the soul, sweeten the season. Okay. Oh, you have puppies, 3-year-old. Oh, the puppy was good about letting you sleep. Oh my goodness. Let me see. I have to push the C more. Okay. About letting me sleep until you got the 3-month-old puppy. Okay. That makes more sense. I have a 4-year-old grandson that needs your attention all 5 days a week. 5 days a week. Well, that's a blessing. I'd say that is a huge blessing. My mom and my mother-in-law both don't really see my kids much. So if you get to spend 5 days a week with your grandbaby, like, I don't care if I ever sleep again, really, if it means I get to spend all my days with my grandbabies. Hello, Griselda. Good morning. Christelda. That is a gorgeous name. That is so pretty. I love it. When I named my youngest Arabella, I had never heard that name before, I thought. Then I was watching a movie the other day, The Prince and Me with Julia Stiles, and I realized that his youngest sister, or the prince's little sister, is named Arabella, and I was like, that must be where I had heard it before, because I really thought that I had never heard it, but I must have. I must have heard it. But I just love, like, kind of different, unique names. Oh, my planter? Yes. Isn't it pretty? I think that one came from Walmart a couple years ago. I love houseplants. My poor little peace lily in it has been neglected. And those plants, they are very hard to kill. But they are very dramatic. And I think that's why they're so hard to kill, because long before, oh gosh, I keep saying a bad word on here, aren't I? Gosh golly. Anyways. What's happening here? I feel like I'm getting blurry or something. Okay. There we go. I just have a glare. Okay, I need to move over. It's that morning sun peeking through. I don't have a curtain for my window. So let me see if I can fix this real quick. Yeah, it's that glare. Let me just turn this that way and see if that helps. At least a tad. But I do like having that backdrop, but the sun's messing with us. Okay, I'm just gonna look like an angel. Oh. Okay. Yes, big glare from the sun. I'm sorry, Miss Tammy. Yes, I do. Okay, hopefully that's better. Hopefully that is better. The sun is making its appearance this morning. Yes, Miss Diane. Hopefully that helped somewhat. I've got things all over my house for all the different things going on in my life. I'm just pulling off the excess paper right now. Let's see, how much time do I have? Okay, I've only been on for a little while. Okay, good. I'm horrible at like time, just knowing how long it's been, usually, unless I'm baking, in which case I can usually tell by like how strong something smells. But other than that, I'm like, it's been 20 minutes and it's been 3 hours. This is why scrolling on Facebook is so dangerous for me. Okay. Anyways, the peace lilies. Hello. You live in Norton, Massachusetts. Well, welcome. Welcome from Massachusetts. I'm in Texas, so we are a good ways away. I live just south of Houston. So we've got our weather over here is a little bipolar at the moment. It doesn't know what season we're in. It just doesn't know. All right, can y'all see? Okay, y'all can see. So this is how my label's going on here. All right, I'm gonna move it down a smidge because I'm gonna take it all the way to the bottom because I'm going to put fabric on the top. I think. Just kind of like a little bonnet on the top of my can. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Welcome everyone who's coming in. As you're coming in, please tell us hello. Let us know what y'all are up to. And if it's cold there, it was not as cold this morning, it seemed, as it was last night. Emma, come back. I need this glue. Oh, never mind. I got it. Never mind. Just kidding. This is Coffee Podge, Miss Tracy's Coffee Podge recipe. And you can find that recipe on her page, or I have it also. I have the link to her page in my featured for the recipes. So if you need the recipe, just head on over to my page, and then thank you, Debbie, you're so sweet. I had time since I woke up so early. I had to shower and get all fancy. After this, I have to go to Sam's Club and get all the things for our dance that we are having for the homeschoolers on Friday. We put on a big winter ball. It's kind of a fundraiser for our co-op, but also, like, we started doing it just because we wanted to have like a really nice dance for our homeschool kids. And so we do it at a wedding venue, and they cut us a little bit of a deal on that because we are nonprofit, but it's still very expensive to put on. So we just did a fundraising event for the dance, and then because it's just a lot of upfront expenses. So I'm going shopping for that today anyways. I'm gonna go and get the waters and sodas and everything, and that's complimentary at the dance. We only charge $25 for the tickets, and they get to come and have snacks and drinks. And thank you, Miss Mary. Y'all are too sweet. Good morning, Miss Sheila. So there's my little holiday hot chocolate tin going. And I'm gonna, since we're kind of looking a little rusty there with that acrylic paint, I think I'm going to grunge it some. So I've got my instant coffee, I've got my cinnamon, and let's just do some grunging here. Okay, let's do some grunging. So it's gonna be a great time, but it's a lot of work. It's Beauty and the Beast theme this year. So we are doing the cloches as centerpieces with a single rose in each cloche, standing up with a frog. I'll have to post pictures. I'll post pictures for you guys of how we do the dance. I'm just adding a little bit of coffee there to let it kind of dissolve into that coffee podge. All right. Getting all sticky. And I have to go out into the world after this, when all I really want to do is not that. Not that. It's okay. It's a labor of love, right? Putting on events and doing all that kind of stuff, it's a labor of love. Oops. I dripped some in the center, and that's okay. I'm just going to spread it right on out and let it be kind of goopy. I'm going to let this kind of drip down a bit. Make it kind of thick on there and drip down. And I'm going to sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, that's getting good and dissolved in there. Look at how goopy that's looking. Yeah. Aw, thanks, Miss Sheila. I love doing hands too. I'm loving doing them for my Christmas tree. And, but I have one more part to decorating my Christmas tree. I know that Christmas is like 2 weeks away, so I need to get on finishing that. But I'm going to also be doing teacups in my tree. Teacups and tins. Look at that. Good and grungy. Yes, all the good grunge. Just trying not to get it on my pink shirt, 'cause it'll stain. It'll stain. You did a lot of dances when your kids were growing up, or a lot of events? Yep. You just kind of go with it, right? But I'm really excited. I think everybody else is really excited too, for this event and for the dance. We get our DJ is just amazing. He knows that we're a Christian organization, so he tries to play things that the kids will like, that's kind of in, with the teenagers, but is clean as far as language goes, and as clean as he can get with the content of the music also. Sometimes they don't have to say bad words to be naughty, right? All right, that's looking good. Look at that. Now I just need to do the back here a little bit. Just a little bit on the back. I'm going around that edge. Instant coffee. Getting it all dissolved in there. And the Christian community can be especially hard to please when it comes to content. You love grungy. Aw. I do too, Natalie. I love it. I love it. A little bit of cinnamon in there. Just to add a little bit of that powdery look. Because hot cocoa mix can be sticky and powdery, right? Do y'all put cinnamon in your hot cocoa? I love to use the Abuela's brand hot cocoa. That's what my grandma always used. So, coincidentally, my grandma liked to use the grandma. Here we go. So now I'm just gonna dry it. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a dry. Get some of this stuff off my shirt before it. "15 minutes left." So we'll do. Ooh, a drop of vanilla, yes. My grandma put an egg in her hot chocolate though. Like she would add an egg to it. Isn't that crazy? I have not done that for my children. I don't think it would go over very well. I just don't think they would do it. Yesterday I was talking about making tuna casserole. Started out a couple days ago. My daughter had overcooked a piece of bread, right? So it was a little burnt. Not bad. And I was like, well, I'll eat it. I like burnt toast. And she's like, oh my goodness. Burnt toast? Like, she was just like completely scandalized that I would eat burnt toast. I was like, yes, ma'am, I will eat burnt toast. Obviously, you did not grow up as poor as I did, which, praise God, right? But I'm like, we did not waste bread in my house growing up. You just did not. You burnt the toast, you scraped off the burnt if you didn't like burnt, or you just slapped some butter on it and ate it anyways. And you learned to like it, right? So I like burnt toast. Not a big deal to me. But she was just like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And so I was laughing at her because she's so bougie with her not burnt toast. And then yesterday I was like, you know what? It has been years since I've had tuna casserole. And I asked my husband, I was like, do you think you would eat tuna casserole? And my daughter was like, ew. Tuna casserole? Is it because you were poor? Like, actually, tuna's kind of expensive now. I don't think you could really consider that to be like a struggle meal. Tuna has gotten like crazy expensive. So, anyways, I just thought it was funny. These kids just don't even know. They don't even know. Silly, silly. All right. This is getting dry. Looking good and runny and grungy. Kind of grubby even. Even a little bit grubby, which I like grub too. Okay. Get my little baggie of fabric here. And we'll just pull out something. Definitely not American flag though, probably. There's this, which I like. Look at that. Oh, I'm liking that. Yes. I like it because it's not your traditional Christmas. right? Back in the day, you wouldn't have just like coordinating everything, right? Sometimes you just used what you had. In fact, a lot of women got married in just the nicest dress they had, right? So I'm liking the vintagey. I'm still a little wet, still a little goopy, but not that big of a deal. Oh, I need to plug in my hot glue gun, my hot glue tool. Mom struggled best this morning with my words. Okay. There we go. Heat up your hot glue gun. That's what you'll want to do for that. You'll want to locate your scissors. Oh, goodness. Locate them scissors. All right. And I'm just going to trim around this in a circular-ish in a circular manner. It's okay if it's not perfect. Who is? Who's perfect? Not me. Alright, and I'm just going to pull out these edges a little bit while we wait for that hot glue tool. You're funny with tuna. It has to be good quality. Yeah, aw, thank you. Thank you, Miss Patty. I love tuna. I can eat it probably every day if it weren't supposed to have all kinds of bad stuff and you're only supposed to have it so often and this and that. I don't know. I kind of wonder about all that. Like maybe they're afraid I'll actually get like superhuman strength if I eat too much tuna. Maybe I'll like start to glow. I'll get radioactive and then I'll be a superhero. Then I can do lives where I'm flying around getting my crafts done. Just kidding. So yesterday I wore my fancy Christmas Carol outfit to co-op and everybody loved it. Some of the little girls were like, I would never dress like that. Like these little like 7, 8-year-old girls are like, I would never. And I was like, yes, you would. You play dress up all the time, don't you? Well, sometimes. I was like, and do you have fun? They're like, I guess. I was like, okay, it's fun to dress up even when you're an adult, okay? They're like, okay. I'm like, you know what? There's like actresses and actors that get paid a lot of money to dress up silly, so I don't want to hear it. But it was so much fun. I had a doctor's appointment before co-op, so I had to wear regular grown-up clothes. And then there's a little park that kind of butts up against the church where we meet. And so after my appointment, I went to the park and just threw on my costume over my clothes. And you should have seen me driving, though, with all that fabric. I was like this on the steering wheel. I just had to like go around. You learn to be picky. Yes. Yes. As you get older, let me see. Woo. You can eat tuna straight out of the can. You like it in oil better than water? I usually get it in water just because I add a lot of mayonnaise. So, so I'm like, maybe I should try to cut back on all that. I don't eat it straight out of the can. I could. I very well could. Look at this. This is looking great. I am liking it. All right, I'm just gonna put a little bead here on the back to give me a starting point for it to hold on to. Make sure that's coming down enough in the front, but not too far, right? We want it enough, but not too far. Okay, now I can just go to tacking this on. And I'm just kind of letting it ruffle as I go. See? Just a cute little ruffle on there. It's going to take a little bit for that coffee podge to cure. So it's kind of a thick situation. So even though it looks dry, it's not always actually dry. All right. Doing this. Okay. I'm fine, I'm fine. I don't actually need my fingerprints. Just in case I ever want to get anything from the Louvre, right? Oh, goodness. I'm still just reeling about that. I don't understand how people can rob the Louvre in broad daylight. It's just, I'm baffled. I'm perplexed. Baffled and perplexed. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. So I'm not going to put like a string around it. I'm just going to leave it like that, but I am going to put like a little twine bow. I have my twine out over here somewhere. I've got 4 minutes, so I think I have time for a bow. I might have gotten too much string going. That's okay. Stay put. Yeah, I got too much. That's okay. Let's roll it right back on up. Okay. And I'm just going to pinch and glue. I do the wrap and then a pinch and glue, okay, because I also have a button. I spotted them close to me just a minute ago, so I can grab them and place a button. I just need to get this to hold still. Make sure you center it before you stick it on the glue. Okay, while I'm holding that, I'm going to try not to have a big crush bang boom. I might have a slight one. Okay, let me. Okay. I'm back. Oh, thanks, Diane. So if you want that label, it's not perfect, but I can send it to you if you want it. Just let me know. Free of charge. Free of charge. Okay, let's see here. I think just a little button would be best. Yeah, just a little button. Just a little one. Aw, thanks, Miss Jackie. And so this is so lightweight, it's not going to really be hard to just stick in the tree which is great, but it's gonna add so much character, so much vintage character to my tree, right? Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Look at me, 2 minutes to spare. Normally I'm like, ah, fire. Hurry, quit fast. So it's still a little damp. There we go. So yeah, just shoot me a message. Yeah, shoot me a message, Jackie, and I'll just send it over to you. It's just a little image, and you can put it in like Word or Pages, whatever you have, and then you can change the size of it, you know, just drag it and see if you want what size you need for your project. Yes, Debbie, I am loving just having these little branch sitters. You know, you just kind of nestle it in the branches, especially on these fake trees where they've got like the wire branches. You can kind of move them up around, and it makes it real easy to have things like that. So I'll be adding the teacups to my tree sometime this week, or sometime next week, not this week. From this moment until Friday midnight, Saturday morning, I am in winter ball mode to get in my attic and get down all of the things that I have up there, and I'm just boom, boom, boom. So good morning, Miss Linda. All right, well, it's 8:15. Thank you guys so much for being with me today. I had a blast sharing my little project with y'all and visiting this morning. Y'all take care, and thank you for homemaking a homemade home with me today. Bye, guys.